Welcome to Caching in the Northwest. I know this is the official podcast of GeoWoodstock 18 right here in the Great Pacific Northwest. Each week we're going to talk with caches. No, we're going to talk about caches with cachers from here and all around the globe. But, we could talk to a cache. That might be an interesting interview. So, you're planning on ways to volunteer before you're volun-told. Will be caching in the Northwest.
Hey, I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home? Well, of course, that means it's time to bring in our manipulating mandrill. Some say he lives in a virtual reality, and others say Twitter makes him bitter. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
Hello, my friends.
Hello, Mr. Twitter.
I'm not currently bitter.
Have you been on Twitter today?
I have been on Twitter today.
He's on Twitter every day.
But I was momentarily distracted as we began the show. I was putting all the names from last week's chat into the wheel of names for later on today.
It's like the wheel of fish.
Red snapper.
If funner was a word.
Yeah.
There you go. So I got to be careful not to click it over there. I'll keep my mouse over on this side of the
click the wheel of the names.
Yes. All right. Hey, you know what? It is great to be here. It is Thursday night. I so look forward to Thursday nights. This is my opportunity to hang out with you two guys, both of you up there above me, and of course our wonderful listeners, everybody who's in the live chat and has already been sharing greetings and salutations and such and so forth. It's always great to hear from everybody. It is so fun to be here. I enjoy the podcast. And you know what else I enjoy?
Do tell.
Bringing the internet to a screeching halt?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I enjoy our patrons and the support we get from our patrons, including the Land Sharks, our corporate Denali level patron. So, folks and sponsor, Land Sharks, not only are they still open shipping, they are actually open. So if you want to go into their store, check out their website, landsharks.ca, check out their Twitter and Instagram. All the details are on there. You can find out how you can actually get back in the store. There are some restrictions, this is a gradual opening, but check them out and go check that out. That'll be fun. Also, something you should know is they still are shipping products. So, it's a great place to go to Landsharks, LANDSHARKZ.ca and order your products from them. And wow, we're off to a stellar start tonight, aren't we?
It's not like the spelling is just rolling in front of your face there.
I don't know.
I don't know either. You know what? Let's go talk to a cache.
Okay, let's do that. It's going to be more entertaining.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about caches and cachers. You see, I can get that right.
Well done.
And when you talk about cachers and the caches they've done, you know what inevitably comes up? Some of the great logs that they've written. And we bring that up right here in our geocaching log of the week, or because we love acronyms, it's the GLOW. Whether you wrote it or whether you read it, we want to hear about it because great logs simply make geocaching better. Send an email or a field recording because you can be out in the field to feedback@cachingnw.com. Cachingnw.com. Is that what I said? Call into 253-693-TFTC or use the voicemail tool on the website and show us how you glow.
The glow. Let's read about the glow. We could talk to a glow. Tonight's glow was submitted by Carlos, who is in the chat, and I don't know Carlos's geocaching name, but I think we will probably find out soon. Let's see. I can do that, and I can actually go to the glow. So the glow says, I'm submitting my own entry for a glow because I can. And yes, indeed, you can. And let's see. This glow reads, thank goodness for my gymnastics section of physical education in public education for me and a spotter, my sister, WCP 24. I clambered up the fence on this afternoon. One of the support beams gave way. I fell, but I positioned myself like a pommel horse from the onset. As I fell earthward, my thighs cushioned my untimely landing on the top railings of the fence, thus protecting my twig and giggleberries. My sister was frightened that I was hurt, but was relieved once I started laughing. I reset myself, climbed up again, grabbed the cash, brought it down, signed the log, and, well, we just got the heck out of there with what little pride I had left. So,
Oh,
there you go. Nice, short, sweet glow tonight. I don't see a GC codes. I don't know where that was from, but thanks for contributing it nonetheless.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
it feels like one I would do.
yeah. You know what's great though, and this is the thing. So it's a glow. It's definitely a glow worthy. Oh, there you go. Here's his cache name is Falconer Swarlos.
Oh,
I love it.
nice.
The great thing, wow, he says, the great thing about glows and writing, it doesn't have to be long, right? And some of our
Yeah.
glows are longer, and those are great too. But this is a perfect example of this. Wouldn't have taken them forever to write, and it increases the enjoyment of reading the log. There's a bit of a story here. So
Yeah, I'm on the fence about it.
no,
never mind.
not as much
like
as
Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah, no, not in that one.
So I mean, MC3 Cat says awesome glow. Renwood says I love glows. Thanks to all the entries.
Aw, thanks,
They're
Renwood.
fun.
So we love glows too. In fact,
Yeah.
we want to hear your glows. Why don't you send them in so that we can hear? I'm sorry, Wits End. There you are. Ugh. I'm sorry. He just scrolled across. His horizontal control is a little off this evening.
Yeah.
What was really off is the fact that he was behind you for a little bit.
I held my breath. It's okay.
Oh, so funny. Hey, don't forget that we do need your glows.
We do.
And folks, tonight we are talking about thanking the volunteers that keep geocaching going. And if you want to add to that, use the hashtag thanks to add to tonight's conversation. And never forget that we have the hashtag Patas. If we have a game show, we may not do an after show, as we found out last
Well,
week.
yeah, it could happen. Yeah.
So make sure you put 2 weeks worth of Patas there in the chat so we can catch up.
No, that's awesome. And yeah, so we didn't get to an after show last week, but the show ran long, but we had a lot of fun. Hopefully all you guys had fun. And from that, we did promise something. And Chris, is it time for us to get to that, or are we going to wait till later?
Yeah, do we have a drum roll? We need a drum roll. I have to get a drum roll.
I heard applause.
Okay, everybody
earlier.
in the chat, drum roll.
Oh, there. That was good. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I like it.
Well done. Thank you.
So if you were with us last week, and you should have been, in fact, I think all of you were because it was one of our highest attended live broadcasts. We told you, because we ran a little long, that this week we were going to tell you the winners of the game last week. Now, the top 3, are you ready for this? And they all got 30 out of 36 correct.
What
So-
are the
Was it a tie?
odds for that?
It was, I'll consider it a 3-way tie, but if you answered quickly, you got more points. So, there. Thank you, smart couple. There.
That sounds like a drum roll to me.
The winner with 36,973 points is Brylang. Hooray, Brylang!
Ooh,
Hey.
Chat Lackey.
I've
Nice
heard of
job.
him.
Yeah. With 36,261 points is Hugh. So congratulations, Hugh.
Yes, well
we
done.
are Hugh.
We are Hugh.
And with 35,125 points is On a Boat. Congratulations.
Hey, nice.
So, I mean, what is it? Just about 1,000 points separates first and third place. That's pretty good. And I have to give it to it. On a Boat is from Ohio. I don't believe he's been out to the Northwest. So
Well, then 30
the
out of
fact that he
36
came
is
in third
really
is
good.
amazing.
Sorry, Chris, I talked over you there.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead.
I was just saying, then 30 out of 36 is really good because Brylang and Hugh are both from the Northwest. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and you know what? So that's the first 3. And
And
each
with
of
such a
those three-
long show, that means he was up really late too.
Yeah, that's right. Good point. So each of those three contact us through the what do you want? How do you want to send it, Chris? The email?
He has been to the Northwest just once.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
Send an email to feedback@cachingNW.com
Right. Give us your name and your address, and
and
we
your
will.
physical address, and we will pass those along to the prize givers so that the prize getters can get the prizes the givers are giving.
Wow.
Awesome. But you know what? That's not all.
But wait, there's more.
I think we should do a little. What do I want to say?
I don't know.
Make some anticipation.
Ooh.
So MC3 Cat sent me the pictures of what the WSGA is giving away, and this is 2 separate coins.
Nice.
So the first one is not a holographic. What are those called?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like holographic, but there's a
Yeah.
specific name for that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Not lithographic either.
I don't know, but it'll come up in the chat real soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's like when you move, it's like the old Cracker Jack boxes. When you move it back and forth, the picture changes.
Yeah. Yeah. This one you move up and down. So that's that coin. I have one here. And then another one on top of that. So there will be 2 from the WSGA.
Very nice. Very nice. But you know what? So there's those
There you go. Lenticular.
lenticular. Thank you, Keats. Well done. All right. And IHAM was in behind him there. So there was
Fantastic. No.
Hmm.
No.
Lungiat.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
I like this one.
shiny movie thing.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding.
There we go. That's the answer. That's the answer I would have used. I'm just gonna tell you that much. All right. So
Sounds like a Jack Carter answer.
we have those folks who each won a prize, but you know what? We have more prizes.
We have more prizes than
We have more
just
prizes. We have 3 more prizes. So we are going to randomly choose 3 more names from everybody who is participating actively in the chat. So I went through the chat. I grabbed the names of everybody who is in the chat. That's what I was doing instead of paying attention to Chris earlier at the beginning of the show.
I'm used to it by now, Lane.
So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to try and do a screen share, and we have the wheel of names, and all those names are in the wheel of names, and we're going to roll it around, and we're going to see who the 3 winners are. So let's see how this works. Chris, you ready for me to give it a try?
Foo. Is that how the drum roll goes?
Something like that. Here, let's see how the screen share. There's the screen share. Okay.
Wow, look at that wheel of names.
Isn't it colorful? All right. Now, I'm going to apologize because for some of you, your caching name is in there. For some of you, it's whatever name you use on YouTube. Basically, it's your YouTube name.
Yeah.
So with all the names on here, I'm now going to click the wheel and give it a good hard spin. Are we ready? I think we're ready.
Good spin.
Go for it.
A good spin. Ooh, I can hear it spinning.
So we can get a red snapper.
Very tasty.
Oh, and oh, Retro is our first winner.
Oh, I like this. Look at the collapse and the confetti.
That's
This
not
is
bad, eh?
Better.
All right. So Retro is our first winner. So Chris, can you make a note of that?
Got it.
All right. I'm going to remove Retro's name so that he doesn't win twice.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, Retro. All right. And now we're going to spin again for our second winner.
Oh, that was a good spin.
Thank you. I really gave it some oomph there that time. And
The anticipation's killing.
Boomer 365 is our second winner. All right. And the crowd goes wild. Okay. And I'll keep this moving here one more time. All right. Last winner. Okay. And
You're
it
getting good at
is.
spinning this.
Sorry, what's that?
You're getting good at spinning this.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Highlands guy.
Nice.
Wow. Vancouver Island cleaned up. All right.
It's not
So-
rigged at all.
It wasn't honest.
No, it wasn't.
All right, I'm going to stop the screen share. There you go. So there's our winners. Congratulations, you guys.
So one more time.
Yep.
Brylang, Hugh, On a Boat, Retro, Boomer 365, and Highlands Guy. send an email to feedback@cashingnw.com with your physical mailing address. It can be a P.O. box, that's fine. And we will pass that on to the cash prize givers so they can mail you off your coin.
Doug says only North names on there. No, that's not true. There were I know for sure there were a couple of California names on there. So it was everybody was in there. Just gave her a spin, got it going. So there you go. Congratulations to everybody who won. As Chris said, reach out to us. All right. So that bit of business is taken care of. Thank you everybody for your patience as we got through that. But we wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to award some prizes
and hypnotize our viewers.
There you go.
You're welcome. All right. Hey, you know what? We also have a little bit of news. So I'm going to start by sharing some important news. If you live in British Columbia or were planning to visit British Columbia this summer, there's some very important news that I'm going to share with you guys. And first of all, I'm going to thank Bri Lang and Three Hams and a Rose for making sure I was aware of this news. So that's our research department so far tonight. And what they shared is that British Columbia's Discover Camping online reservation system and call center is open to accept new reservations starting May 25th, which is great. However, in support of staying local and avoiding unnecessary travel, BC residents will be given preferential access for the 2020 camping season. Non-BC residents with existing reservations should call the contact center prior to June 15th to receive their full refund. Reservations made by non-residents after the system reopens on May 25th may be subject to immediate cancellation. So basically what we're saying is if you live in BC, hey, May 25th, your opportunity to get in there and reserve your campsite. If you don't live in BC, probably you should camp somewhere else this year. That's my summary of the news story.
Yeah. I was expecting, yes, it's open. We'll give BC residents first pick, and then we'll open it. Oh, no, that didn't happen.
Oh, that's true. They will open it up to others in 2024.
In 2021. Next year. You know, GeoWoodstock year, when we're inviting everybody back up here.
At least that's the current.
We made a bit of a mess of the province. We need a year to clean up before GeoWoodstock, okay? Full transparency. We're getting it cleaned up for you.
This is what happens when Land Monkey is unsupervised for time.
Leave me at home for 3 months, and this is what's going to happen. I'm going to wreck the parks. All right. So there you go.
We get it all figured out, you know. Pandemic thing, yeah. Well, since we're not camping this summer.
Not in BC.
Are you having an earthquake there, Mr. Northwest?
Yes. My camera's moving on me all of a sudden.
Perhaps it was the large hand in front of it influencing motion. Well, you know, we like to geocache here. Geocaching has been going on for 20 years now, even though we're going to celebrate it in 21. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. If you've been geocaching 20 minutes, 20 years, you've benefited from the efforts of dedicated geocaching volunteers. That's right, the volunteers. There are nearly 400 community volunteers and thousands of cache owners, of which I know a few. Event hosts, all of us and all of them give their time generously to help geocachers all over the world enjoy our favorite game, hobby, sport, pastime. Fill in your favorite description there. So, you know, it's a huge list of volunteer positions. Cache reviewers, Earth cache reviewers, and then Earth cache reviewers, forum moderators, translators, all kinds of people. They perform their roles solely for the love of the game and because they enjoy helping others. So, all people that place caches, they're volunteers. And especially, I appreciate the volunteers that make those nifty gadget caches. People bring their local community together for social events, serve on planning committees for mega and giga events. I know some people that are doing that too. And some people even beta test things. I think I might know people that have beta tested something. I just apparently know a few geocachers and a few volunteers. So
you are so well connected.
Yeah, well, it's because I'm connected to you two. It's like that 6 degrees of separation. Yeah.
So we all know Kevin Bacon.
So, on May 22nd, and every day, take some time and thank those volunteers. Celebrate all that they do, all that they have done and all we're going to do to help you and me and everybody enjoy the game of geocaching. They give of themselves, well, every day, really, pretty much. And they put in a lot of effort so you, I, and everybody else can enjoy geocaching. So thank them. Give them a shout out.
That's right. So tomorrow, the 22nd.
May the 22nd.
The 22nd. Oh, I thought it was the 23rd. No, that doesn't work.
maybe not that.
Yeah. Is our day to thank volunteers.
Absolutely.
And in fact, there's probably some people in the chat room right now for whom it is May 22nd.
Already and tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll get a head start on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're curious for everybody in the chat to share with us how you would thank a geocaching volunteer tomorrow. There's lots of options, even with all the challenges we have around getting places and seeing people these days. There's still plenty of creative ways to thank a geocaching volunteer. So share with us how you would thank a geocaching volunteer and what kind of geocaching volunteer, because Woodsend shared a whole number of different types of volunteers.
And there's probably even more.
And there probably are more. So what type of volunteer is most meaningful to you and the way that you like to geocache? I actually like 3 Hams in a Rows already has a suggestion that I highly approve.
I could hang with that idea, yeah.
Yep. Whoops. This is what happens when we all try and click it on at the same time. There we go. With beer and rum, he says. That is an excellent way to thank a volunteer. There you go. Oh, and
here you go. Yep. Kev MacD says alcohol.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got a trend going.
Helping white people dance since never mind.
The chat lackey is already being thanked by Startcatcher.
Aww.
There you go, chat lackey. Yay! He's so excited in the background. You can't see him, but he's really excited. That's excellent.
We have him under lock and key.
Yes. Kathy had suggested Girl Guide cookies. Always a good way to thank someone.
And Caching and NorthWest hosts should probably sample and test said cookies before you send them off to the volunteers. I'm just saying.
And perhaps the alcohol as well.
Yes. Perhaps.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And it's just our way of saying thanks for those who we're giving thanks to.
Yep. Oh, a smart couple had an interesting suggestion. Put out a cache in their name, like a tribute cache.
I like that.
There you go. Very good suggestion. Keats is curious if any reviewers want to divulge their home addresses so he can send them a thank you card. I'm sure it's intended with only the best wishes.
Yeah, why don't you make a nice Evite card, an e-card, and send the link to their GC account through the message.
There you go. Yeah.
That's probably the safer way.
If there are any reviewers listening, do not send him your home address. You can send him the latitude and longitude of your home. Nobody would find that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
Oh, dear.
CRS 98 says, thanks. Immense level of thanks to the reviewers. I know it's a ton of work, and we all really appreciate it.
Yes. And it's not always recognized in a positive way. So thank you, reviewers.
True,
for everything you do.
Yeah. They just do it for the overtime pay.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole reason. Right
Time and a half times nothing. Yeah.
Yep. Hey,
if you're not a CO, but you find a cache, you can thank the CO and reviewer in your log.
That's a great suggestion. I like that. GSM times 2 had a good suggestion here. He said, just a little note in GC Messenger.
That's always good.
That would be nice, and that's a great idea. All right. What else have we got here? Oh, I like Kev MacD's. Can you bring that one up? There you go. Kev MacD made a local reviewer a COVID mask. Safety first, and it covers his face. It's a win-win.
Wait.
Wonder who that was for.
A local reviewer.
I don't know. No one wants to see that face.
Oh,
Highlands guy thought it was a thankless job.
Not anymore.
364 days of the year it is.
That's
yeah,
right. Just tomorrow. No, yeah, thank them every day.
Exactly. Yes.
MC3 Cat says, I want to thank the volunteers who give their time to volunteer on geocaching organizations. So
Know a few of them too.
the two we think of immediately in alphabetical order is the BCGA and the WSGA. Of course, there's some in Portland, Swag. No, that's farther down, isn't it? Southwest Oregon. And the one in Idaho didn't seem to be all that active anymore.
Well, you know what? Why don't we ask the folks in the chat what is your local geocaching committee, geocaching organization, and while you're sharing that, maybe it's an opportunity just to send them out a tweet or a instant message or some sort of message to say thanks, volunteers. But yeah, that'd also be a great reminder for us. There you go, Geo, Oregon.
There you go. Yeah,
Mark.
Mm-hmm.
JD Parkman says the BCGA, WSGA, and everything in between. Because that's both ends of the alphabet there, really.
Yeah.
Oh, too funny.
We do, Keats. I want to thank the reviewers for dealing with my newbieisms. I didn't know that was a word, but that absolutely describes it.
Yeah.
When I was a young cacher back in the day, and thank you for making geocaching a fun and addictive game.
We were all newbies once.
We were. And you know what? That's a good point. Ian says the Ohio Geocaching Association. That's his there. Excellent. Yeah. We've seen a few BCGAs in there. Northwest Ohio Geocachers, NWOGO. Carlos is shouting out to the WSGA 48 North. Michigan Geocaching Association. There you go.
GBA, Geocaches of the Bay Area.
Yeah. Nice. Wow, lots of them, you guys.
Yeah.
Jerry's got the North Dakota Geocaching Association. So there's lots of them out there, and they all do great work. They help make sure that the game is playable in our area. They do the negotiations with land managers usually. Facebook group of Willamette Valley Geocachers. There you go, Subway Mark. Which is very, very helpful. And without that, it would be very difficult. Texas Geocaching Association. Chris is throwing that one out. There's a good one as well. Yep. And Texas Geocaching Association does a lot of big events, including, I believe they were instrumental in the last GeoWoodstock down there in Fort Worth.
Land Monkey. Everything is bigger in Texas. So what we would normally have as a mega, to them is a giga.
I guess. Is that how that works?
That's how it works, yeah.
Okay.
So we just threw a small event.
Okay.
For Texas.
You do what you can. Kuhn and Bud is shouting out the Arkansas Geocachers Association. Three Hams is going international. He's appreciating the Icelandic Geocaching Association.
Oh, nice. Komakino says, thanks to the WSGA for putting on the APE event, our yearly favorite get-together.
Yes, absolutely.
There's Arkansas.
Yep. Very good. Renwood. Frizzlefrack. I think he means...
Is that a reviewer?
It is, but I don't think that's their name. It's Frigid Fractal. So I don't know if that's an autocorrect or what that is, but Renwood showing out to Frigid Fractal, Skookum Bear, Cash and Cricket, and Salt Chuck. Those are the reviewers up here in British Columbia. So yes, thanks, Renwood. Absolutely.
The Nova Scotia Geocaching Association. They helped host the Maritime Mega.
Awesome.
We can't forget the Wizard of Ooze.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Wizard of Ooze, who is so thankful for the fact that we created archive parties.
Yes. Barling says Wizard of Ooze has retired from reviewing, but
yes,
thanks for the contribution.
Put years and years in. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think I was aware they've retired.
Yeah, a little while ago. A year ago, I think, maybe. Yep. What else have we got here? Yeah, I like this one from Ian.
Thanks to everyone who volunteers their time to assist at mega events. The events can't happen without the individual volunteers that work numerous jobs.
Absolutely. Yep. Every every mega event has dozens and dozens of volunteers that are working behind the scenes to make sure that we can have fun when we show up. So there you go. Wow. GSM times 2 has called out the SWAG Southwest Arizona geocachers who put on the SWAG Mega and have done so for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Let's see. We wanted Boomer 365 says thank the reviewers for tolerating Nelta and I hiding caches in the same spot. In the same spot, safe spot,
Same spot.
Same
Same.
spot.
There you go. Oh, and thank you, 3 hams and a rose. He has selected us as volunteers to be thanked. Chris of the Northwest, Wits End, and Land Monkey for volunteering their time for caching in the Northwest. And yep, this is a fun thing to do. We really enjoy doing this, and we super appreciate the fact that you guys appreciate it. It makes it.
And selected you to fill their quota.
But thank you.
So Renwood says the same things.
Aw.
Gladiators. Thank you so much. Yeah, we do it because we like it. We're here. We like you guys. We want to talk with you each week.
You guys are cool.
They like me. They really like me.
Yeah.
Geocache Alaska.
Geocache Alaska.
We still have to get them on the show at some point in time to talk about some of their cool coins they do.
Man, have they made some coins? Yes. Timing is usually tough with them.
Yeah.
There's times where they can't get internet reliably.
Oh,
Winter, so I
really?
will reach out to them again.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? Yeah,
Tractor says it's such a unique hobby with so many things that rely on volunteers. That's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a problem, well, geocaching.com should fix it. Well, you know what? It's really a community that keeps geocaching going. Geocaching.com doesn't go out and hide any caches. It's the cache owners. It's the volunteers who decided to go out and do that. So, and you guys find it and make it all better.
There you go. Yeah. JD Parkman wanted to say thanks to Ice and Wind and Barking Frogs. I think those are some Washington State reviewers, if I'm not mistaken.
They are.
Yeah.
There you go. What else have we got? Wow. Can you grab GSM times 2? Yeah, that one. So GSM times 2 says, because Trexer had previously said that this game could not run without volunteers. And GSM times 2 said, that is so true. There's about 88 or so employees at HQ, and the rest of the people who run this game are volunteers. So I think, Jim, you quoted a number of 400 volunteers?
Something like that. But
that's about right. Including translators that help to translate the website into, the local languages and all this that goes on. I mean, it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Kev MacD agrees with us that all cache owners are volunteers.
Yeah, particularly those who maintain their caches.
Exactly. IHAM wants to toss in Rock Rabbit as one of our local reviewers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
UDAC says, I assumed it was just for reviewers, but it's for all volunteers, and COs and events hosts are included. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. And GSM times 2 had replied and said, people like you, UDAC, who organize great monthly events. So look at that. We're even getting thanks between our listeners live on the show. That's awesome, you guys. Good spirit.
Well, and translation into Canadian is tough. So I think there's a couple of translators working on that.
Okay. Some volunteers in the background. Yeah. Have to figure out.
Even the hider should be thanks, says Trexer. Time, effort, and money all go into everyone's hides.
Yeah.
I think that's what we were getting at with the cache owners. Absolutely. Yep.
Keith says that Caching in the Northwest is his favorite podcast.
So is that the only one he listens to?
Apparently.
I don't listen to it, and it's still one of my favorites.
There you go. What a guy. Oh, gosh.
Kid Vegas 19 says Rock Rabbit is great, and Wizard of Ooze is very special for our group.
Awesome.
Here we go. Here's some more. The forum moderators, cache reviewers, including geo-awares, translators, all of them play a big role, says I'm on a vote. or just on a boat.
Yeah, very, very true. And it's I like what Keats is sharing here as well. He says, geocaching is such a unifying hobby. It's the glue that makes the earth more of a community. Thank you to all reviewers around the world for helping to knit this community together. #thanks. Nice one, Keats. Very eloquent. I love it.
The smart couple says, I'd like to thank everyone who spent the time to make unique caches or puzzles to place on the game board. Thank you.
Very cool. Yep. And Carlos is throwing out some
Some mad props.
Mad props.
Okay,
Why don't you click it?
I'm not touching.
All right. There we go. Carlos says, mad props to all the volunteers. This game wouldn't be the same without them. And absolutely, Carlos, you are totally right. Certainly appreciate all of that. Oh, Kev MacD's, I like this one. Bring that up.
And let's not forget Signal, who is a volunteer with many personalities.
Very true. Very true. The events, mega events, would not be the same without Signal.
That's right. Especially this year. He's
a harder to spot
location
this
worth
year.
cache.
Yeah. Everybody wants to spot him a little bit more this year.
This year and next year.
Yes, definitely next year. All right. So those are all some great things. How about you guys? Did you have anything planned you were going to do for tomorrow to thank a volunteer?
I always have a little graphic that I'll put up. So it changes each year, but the wording is very similar. So I'll post on Facebook and Twitter. I know it makes you bitter. That we appreciate the volunteers for all that they do.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing. I can't think of anything that hasn't already been covered. We got so many great ideas in the chat.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I mean, the staff at HQ, and they're technically not volunteers, but I was planning to send a couple of emails to a couple of the folks there that I know just to thank them because I get they're not volunteers, they're paid to do it, but they put in probably more hours than they're paid to do, and particularly for helping us, because it's the folks at HQ who volunteer time after work to come on the show as guests that I really appreciate. And that's something I want to shout out a thanks to. Also, what else was I going to suggest? Definitely, as you guys are saying, the tweets and such. Because I'm particularly passionate about a certain area of the game of geocaching, I am planning to also specifically thank a couple of the geo-awares who I know personally and appreciate their work. So if they're listening to the podcast, thanks, guys. You make the game even better for me. But I certainly do appreciate the geo-awares because they bring a very unique skill set to reviewing. And without them, we would not have Earth caches. So thank you.
CRS 98 wants to thank Rock Chalk for being a foil to the monkey.
It's always fun to have him on the show because I just never know where he's going to go and how he's going to abuse me. It's always entertaining.
CPAC Drive says, what about volunteers that find the caches so we keep putting out caches?
I think we're starting to stretch the definition of volunteer a little thin, but sure. Okay.
Why not?
Let's see. Let's go back up. Sprouter says, thanks to the geocaching vloggers that share their adventures on the interwebs.
Yeah, there's a good idea. Yeah. If you if there's a geocaching vlogger you particularly enjoy following, just post a note on one of their videos and thank them.
Stark Casher says, I should thank my area's reviewer, Keystone. He's from Pittsburgh, but he publishes in Northwest Ohio.
That's awesome. I think it's great when reviewers do that, when they volunteer and cover areas because that's a lot of work. If you're covering an area that's outside of your home territory, it's complicated, right? There's a lot more research you need to do, and hopefully people are a little more patient with those reviewers.
Coon and Bud wants to thank Chuck Walla, aka Old River Runner, for over 10 years as a reviewer.
Wow, that's quite a career there.
And on a boat says, I love what you guys said a moment ago about everyone playing the game being a volunteer. Remember, there's many ways you can contribute to the game if you want to.
Yep, there you go. Can you, Trexer has, oh, I think it just rolled off the screen. Can you grab the one that Trexer had that just rolled off? That was pretty funny.
Maybe.
Maybe.
There it is.
There you
That's
go.
a pass.
Oh, is it a FATAS? Okay. Well, I liked it anyways.
Okay.
So we'll jump to a FATAS early, but Trexer says, is one person traveling the Earth this year a signal? Because swapping the actor in on the inside of that costume seems dicey this year.
Wait, you mean Signal's not real?
Oh
No,
shoot!
Signal's real. And so is
Oh
Santa
shoot!
and the Easter Bunny, they're all very real.
We just destroyed Jim.
Signal just had
It's just stunt doubles.
Oh dear!
did you know tomorrow is Skookum Bear's 5th cash anniversary?
I did not know that.
I
on
didn't, but he often
volunteer
acts
day.
like a 5-year-old, so that's awesome.
You got a good response from behind the stage there. Burn.
Wow.
Explains so much.
Skookum Bear, I want to thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. Komakino says, thanks for the videos you made, GSM times 2, for showing me interesting places in California.
Awesome. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way,
Before they
he
all closed.
isn't just a reviewer. He also volunteers his time as a moderator on the geocaching forum. He's been reviewing since 2004. He's a great dude.
You have to be a great dude to be a reviewer and a moderator. That's like, wow, that's a real double whammy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something else. I have a huge level of respect for Keystone.
And Komakino wants to thank you, Land Monkey, for your fun and informative videos.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Komikino, and thanks for your fun videos you put out as well.
Yeah, many snuggle muggles don't volunteer. They suffer through it.
Or they just let you believe that while they enjoy the peace and quiet.
Or that.
Yeah.
The snuggle muggles who volunteer to let their geocachers out of the house.
Yep.
Or maybe a knitting muggle who lets Boomer cache.
Nice. There you go. So make sure you thank your snuggle muggles or your knitting muggles or whatever you have there who tolerate our game obsession. All right.
GSM times 2 says, wow, 41 people volunteering to watch this podcast.
Yeah, thank you, because I guess that's if we you guys are giving up some of your time on Thursday nights to hang out with us, and tonight's just kind of a laid back show. Sorry, I just saw Doug Jones's comment come up. And
Yep.
I'd like to thank dear geocaching guy for showing me the right way to geocache.
Yeah, yep, that's what he does. Thanks, Doug.
Oh boy,
Too funny.
it's officially Friday morning,
Okay.
Congratulations.
or will be.
It will be. Oh, too funny. It's but yeah, it's where was I going with that? Oh, I know where I was going with that before. It's a little bit of a more laid back episode tonight. I think we just needed a bit of a breather after last week. It was pretty intense for us. We know you guys all hung in for a long show, but it was also a lot of work for us. So we're kind of just enjoying a little more laid back episode. So thank you for allowing us to do that tonight, listeners. But hopefully it's also enjoyable for you. And, you've been obviously very energetically participating in the chat and giving us lots of great ideas on how to thank folks. And remember as well, it's, tomorrow, for us tomorrow, for many of you today, is the day to officially thank a geocaching volunteer. There's lots of other people to thank who volunteer in different ways that support our game. And I'm also thinking of folks in the search and rescue groups who make it just a little bit safer for us to go and play our game. And that would also include search and rescue avoidance, like our friends at Adventure Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yes. Search and rescue avoidance.
It was search and rescue to be bored.
Yes,
Have nothing to do. That's ideal.
Yes.
exactly.
Like the Maytag Man. Let's make them
Yes.
like the Maytag Man.
Oh, too funny. Yeah.
Oh, Kid Vegas 19 thinks this is fun, as
Good.
does On a Boat. Laid back episode. It's nice to sit here and chat. Nice of you guys to have a thank you show. Well, thank you for thanking us.
That's right.
Thanking
Yeah.
someone else.
Thank you very much. Yeah. No, it's good. Oh,
GSM Times 2 says you guys have the best chat room of all the podcasts.
well, it's because of the people in it. That has nothing to do with us. So you guys make it the best chat room, and thank you all for doing that. Because again, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Chosen 1978 says, finished work and rush home to catch your show. Thank you for your awesome show. We enjoy it. Oh, thank you.
Good to hear.
Goodness.
We enjoy doing it.
Feeling the love tonight, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. We should do an episode like this every month.
Okay.
Then we'll just look forward to that episode and everybody
Thanks, Matt.
thanks us.
Matt just took the wind out of the sails there.
We're all bots here in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're very pleasant and polite bots. I like.
All your thanks are belong to us.
Oh, too funny. No, it's awesome. And
it's because you acknowledge the chat room.
Well, isn't that why we have a chat room?
I was gonna say we live at the chat room.
But that's cool. We appreciate that. GSM Times 2. It means a lot to hear that kind of feedback. So thank you very much. Yeah, Keats, play the Lion King theme. Can you feel the love tonight? There you go.
We can't. We'll get
and while we do really, really appreciate all the positive from you guys, also the reminder that the reason we're doing this episode is to remind everybody to thank everybody else who is doing something so that we can play the game, so that we have something to talk about on Thursday nights. And Brian, it's got to get a little self thanks there too.
They have a chat lackey.
Yeah,
and everybody loves the chat lackey.
And you know what? Without the chat lackey, it would be a lot harder to do the show. So yes, we thank the chat lackey.
Oh, yeah, we thank the chat lackey every time. Yes. Best chat lackey ever.
Yeah, I think 3 hands in a row is just trying to ingratiate himself with the chat lackey.
Coon and Bud says your show's built around the chat room. Great job.
Thanks, Coon.
Thank you.
Yep. Good stuff. All right. Well, we can probably look forward to heading into the after show if we've got an after show for tonight.
We've got some after show-y things to talk about.
Fantastico.
So, folks, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and apparently you appreciate us, and we're appreciating all the volunteers. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Now, next week, we are going to talk with Nick from Cachly, because a new Cachly version dropped just yesterday. That was 6.0. I mean, it's a 0.0 release. This is pretty big.
It is big stuff. Yeah, I was.
He talked about it a couple of months ago now on the show before it dropped. And I've downloaded it today. It looks quite impressive.
Very cool. Yeah, I was talking to Nick yesterday, and he was willing to come on to the show that fast, a week from today, which is fantastic. So what a great guy from the Northwest. So, he gets a little extra love and appreciation. Sorry. It is not the Android version. I know. We were all hoping, but not quite yet.
I was going to make him wait to tune in next week to find that out.
Stay tuned next week. There's an Android version. We don't know. Perhaps there is.
Ooh, maybe there's some secret surprise he's going to reveal. Yeah, that could be it. I've also been in touch with some of our good friends that we were talking about at HQ, and we're working on some cool show ideas with them. So, stay tuned. We'll get some of that stuff cemented and let you know what's coming. But in the meantime, this is the point in the show where I want to take a moment to thank the Land Sharks, our corporate Denali level sponsor. Landsharks.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Check them out online, or now you can go back in person. Just check their website and their social media for all the details so that, you know, you can do it respectfully. And remember that if you do just want to order online, if you can't get up there, if you're stuck at the border and you can't get across to get up to Victoria, they are still shipping online orders daily. We also want to thank our faithful Denali level supporters, which is, of course, Land Sharks, but also JP's Geo Designs, Limax, Team Squirrel, and Groovy Owl. And if you want to know more about supporting this show, click that Patreon link on thecachingnw.com, a website.
Just like Beat Pendragon did.
And Billy Robson.
And Kid Vegas 19.
And that wonderful GSM Times too.
On a Boat.
Highlands Guy.
Dick Magnet.
CRS 98.
Untaeus.
M-Nerve.
Fairwood West.
Kennel Barb.
Subway Mark.
Dune Buddy.
Sege Hove.
Boomer 365.
Hacker Doc.
Camp Clan.
Seebeck Tribe.
Quest.
Dora Moore. Hope you get your webcam.
Team Noltex.
GeoNav Pros.
Logwork.
Broncos fan for life.
Genies.
My favorite geocaching rapper, MC3 Cats.
T-Sayer.
Alarobrick.
Keats 94 fiddling away in the woods.
That's right. Kev MacD with his beer and rum.
Winehouse Seattle.
The Geo Travelers. They probably also have beer and rum.
They probably do too. And Sprouter, of course. I'm sure he has some beer and rum.
How about LG 9000? Any beer or rum there?
I don't know. He should let us know.
Okay.
Wet Coaster in Greenwood. I'm pretty sure there's some beer and rum there.
And what about Trexer Zero? You know, he usually comes up with all these questions that we don't know anything about.
There you go.
Why is the rum always gone?
Exactly.
Keats is fiddling while the world burns. No, that's somebody else.
That's different.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for us, you know what? Head on over to cachingnw.com/host. There you're going to find all of our social media links. We don't want to talk about them because you know where they are.
Yeah.
And there's loads of other tidbits
Ooh.
of information over there.
Now I'm hungry.
But thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Don't forget that you can be part of the show. Call into 253-693-TFTC. Leave us a comment, ask us a question, or call us anytime for dinner. Of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingnw.com. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. If you like the show, click the Patreon link on the cachingnw.com website and subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and more. Give us a thumbs up or even a review. A review is better than a thumbs up. The show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paulwitz, and Jay Kennedy. It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2020 by Chris Umfenauer. Folks, I ask you to stay tuned for
The After Show.
You know, that sounded really good. We missed one last week. Should we do it again?
Yes.
The After Show.
I missed that. Hey, we're in the after show. We
Hey,
did.
hey. Thank you, Chosen 1958. We understand you. Not everybody can stay for the after show.
Thanks for visiting from the future.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh, and Carlos wants to be sent some Timbits. I am on board with that plan. Please send us Timbits.
No, he wants you
To send it to him.
What?
You're missing pronouns here. This is not the way this works.
Oh gosh, too funny.
Kev MacD asked why there's never any rum, to which Brylang said because 3 Hems drank it all.
Sounds like there's more to that story. I'm just gonna say. I'm going into the FTAS. We've got a FTAS from Renwood. Renwood says, gonna miss Tri-City this year. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree. There's a lot of events that we're gonna miss, but and JD Parkman says, like Renwood, gonna miss Tri-Cities and all of the events. It's too bad. It is this year. It's the way things are this year.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to miss a lot of those really fun mega events. And folks, if you don't know what they're talking about when they say Tri-Cities, there is a very cool mega event that happens in Southeast Washington State in Kennewick area.
Yeah, south central, southeast. Yeah, it's down there. Yeah.
And it is a really fun mega event, very casual, very fun mega event that that region puts on. And it is associated with a GeoCoin challenge where they put out usually about, I want to say 40 something.
At least 40.
Yeah.
It would
40,
be
48, 47.
44.
I don't know.
42. I don't know.
The jet lag is just
changing.
throwing random numbers at me now. Okay.
Somewhere between 1 and 50.
There you go.
Yes.
I'm thinking 42 is what I'm hearing, but that doesn't evenly divide into 4.
Yeah, because all 4 of the Tri-Cities.
All 4 of the Tri-Cities.
I
But,
thought
you know,
48. That's why I was thinking 48.
when they give away a coin that looks like this,
Yeah.
and you think, wait, what is this? This is, every year they do it. Well, almost every year.
Well, every year they do something totally different with the coin. That was the
Yeah.
last year.
Yes, that was last year. If I have any skills,
Kid Vegas says 10 for each of the 4 Tri-Cities.
There you go.
here is the year before with fire and ice. Look at, careful, easy.
And it was a set of 4 coins last
Set of
year,
4
or
coins, yeah.
2 years ago. Yeah. Very, very cool. So yes. So yeah, the Tri-Cities is a fantastic event. What else did I see here? Oh, Jim said that going caching in Georgia has also been canceled. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're going to get any mega events this year, to be honest. It's kind of not looking good for it. Oh, there's another. That's a going 8 coin,
about
right?
this one, I mean,
Oh no,
with-
that's the Tri-Cities. That was 2 or 3 years ago.
yeah, this is the taste of the Tri-Cities. Each one of these are a trackable piece, and they magnet into place. It's absolutely an incredible coin.
Yeah. So absolutely, it is an event well worth doing. And I think like 3 or 4 years ago, they had a thing where you actually assembled the coin and you used it as almost like a compass to make a projection to where the final bonus cache for the whole event was. Like it's not a coin, it's a space station. That's about it.
That's not a coin.
It's a great event. So if you haven't heard about it, keep your eyes peeled on Facebook. Really is where I see most of the news about the Tri-Cities event. Hopefully they'll be able to do it again. Carlos, that's no moon. Yeah, just keep it away from Alderon. But yeah, it's a great event. So I really enjoy that. All right.
Events will come back. They will
Yeah.
get this whole pandemic thing figured out. I mean, they figured out the whole alpaca plague a while back, and that's fine. You remember when all the alpacas were dead because of that tick? It bit them in the lip, and they got it figured out. And they got it solved. We've been living in a post-alpaca lip tick world ever since.
Just wondering where you were going with this. Oh. Oh, why? Why did you have to do that? Oh, that was good.
Slow clap.
Oh, Jim.
I think we killed the chat lackey. No, he's recovered. Okay.
Yeah, we had to work for that one. That's true. Oh gosh. What else have we got?
I don't think we can follow that. I think we need to end the show.
No, we got some more stuff in the after show here. Let's get.
I was going to bring it up earlier, but I thought I'd wait until they thanked me for everything. Yeah.
Carlos had asked earlier, have any cache owners noticed an uptick in new geocachers on their hides? Sometimes logging a note, then have found it, etc. Yep. I think we've all been noticing there's definitely a lot of new players getting into the game. So, I think we talked about this a lot. Well, I think that was for you, Jim.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Some work, but it was worth it in the end.
Oh dear. I think
Okay, so here, Bryling, seen a huge uptick in my finds and caches.
yeah, absolutely. Jim says lots of them. I think one of the things that I've found, Keats also is finding that as well. We talked about this a couple episodes ago, and again, it's a reminder to be patient with the new cachers and maybe use it as an opportunity to send them just a little, hey, welcome to the game. Here's some pro tips
Mhm.
on how
A
to play.
little mentoring.
Yeah, a little mentoring. Since, normally we would try and do that at an event. We don't have that opportunity right now, but lots of new players to the game. So let's coach them. All right. What else we got?
Alpaca.
Well, Keats ran into you and with Zeppelin 94 doing their Where I Go in Langley, and highly recommends that everybody go do that Where I Go.
It's definitely attuned to listeners to this podcast. Let's just put it that way.
Good job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Depends how you feel about it. But yeah, it was fun to see Keats and Zeppelin, and we all kept our social distancing, but it's the cache is out on the route that Mrs. Monkey and I walk if we can daily, just to get some fresh air and exercise. So
Nice.
there you go.
I'm also maintaining my distance from you, so.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're doing a very good job.
Komakino says that my caches are getting tons of hits. Been sending tips to the ones that can't find my LPC hut, which would be their first LPC find.
There you go. Yeah.
Never forget your first.
Kid Vegas 19 says I send them a message welcoming them to their new addiction. Remember,
Yes.
this one is free.
The first one's free. As long as you're not driving around in a van handing them out, you're good. Yeah.
On a boat says that's a great point. Who knows? You could be mentoring a future geocaching volunteer.
Really good point.
You could be mentoring a future podcaster.
That's right.
Even that. Carlos
Tractor Zero says that reminds me to thank this podcast and its host for introducing me to megas. I'm sure I wouldn't have visited so many great events without the show convincing me to attend.
Awesome. Well, we're glad that you have gotten out and started to enjoy some of the very cool megas we have in the Northwest here. We've got some of the best event volunteers in the Northwest. I mean, everybody's going to say that about their region, but I love our event volunteers out here. They put on great events. They make it fun for us. So yeah, we definitely appreciate that. Carlos had said as a FATAS, I'm still grinding towards my first Jasmer. Wow, good job, man. That's a lot of work.
Yes,
So this year has been a challenge. Yeah, no kidding. To which IHAM replied, Carlos, yes, I had a cache that was pushing lonely status, and now it has been found 3 times recently by folks with very low find counts. So a few people are working on their Jasmers, so that's very cool.
It's a really good comment.
Yeah.
Come up 4 times here.
Yeah, it just keeps popping up here. I'm not sure why that is. I think the chat lackey's drinking.
He's just.
That's where the rum's gone.
That's the rum.
Into the chat lackey.
CRS 98 says tried mentoring after I got a needs archive cache or log on a cache from a new cacher with 8 finds when you couldn't find it.
Yeah, that's
very good. That's the appropriate thing to do.
I would suggest that perhaps that new cacher had already watched Dear Geocaching Guy before he started playing the game.
He probably came to the podcast and goes, "Oh, an archive party. That's what I should do."
Yeah, the chat, like he says, he swears he only pasted that once into the after show. Yet it was there 4 times, so I don't know, man.
So he apparently, IHAM got like 12 finds on his cache suddenly. Right? If he got 3 finds quickly, but 3 finds 4 times.
Yeah,
I did that in my head, and
I only pasted that log once.
On a non-geocaching note, Keats94 is sharing that Celtic Colors International Festival is only streaming this year. So even October festivals are being COVID altered.
The Munich Oktoberfest has been canceled. So talk about October festivals.
Is that Celtic or Celtic?
Sorry?
It depends if it's a nationality or a basketball team.
What's
I'm going with Celtic.
Celtic?
Celtic.
I never say Celtic. Isn't it pronounced Celtic?
Boston Celtics are spelled the same way.
Chris is just going through sports withdrawal.
Oh, okay.
My son and I are watching, absurd sports plays at lunchtime just to pass the time. Do you remember when there was sports?
Yeah.
It was a good time, yeah.
Have you guys seen the videos being posted on Facebook by the Scottish footy announcer with his two dogs?
No.
He does play-by-plays of his two dogs, and they're pretty funny. And then, yeah, Keats is agreeing with me. It's Celtic. Anyways.
Oh, I agree too. I'm just
he does the play-by-plays, but he also recently did one where he's giving a performance review over Zoom to his two dogs. So there's 3 windows. There's him in one window, and then each dog has its own window, and Zoom. And one of the dogs gets a really great performance review, and the other dog is doesn't do quite as well. It's funny. I mean, he's obviously having some fun with it and making the best out of the situation. But if you get a chance to check that out, it's pretty funny.
I've seen some of the sports play-by-play announcers that will do a play-by-play of any video you send them. Just keep the skills going.
Yeah. Well, the announcer from the Canucks, our hockey team up here, he's been doing for quite a while, and I think if Kev MacD is still in the chat, he can give us all the deets on this. But if you message him on social media, he's been actually doing custom goal announcements, which is pretty cool.
I think he'd do it for the podcast. So next time we have that, what's your geocaching goal?
Al Murdoch. There you go. Thank you, Kev MacD.
Well, I haven't looked at Facebook for a while, so I haven't seen that, but I did see something that I thought, I forgot about this. I'll share this. This is not sports related necessarily, but it is pandemic, and I thought FATAS worthy. This is a dad and daughter. What's the highlight of your day when you have nothing to look forward to, hanging out? They go out and play dress up to take the trash out every day in a different costume every day.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
So,
how
about that?
These costumes.
That's what I wanted to know, is where do those costumes come from? But yeah.
Wow.
So
that's fantastic. I was going to say, Dora Moore says the guy with the dogs that I was talking about is Andrew Cotter, Cotter. So there you go.
Like Mr. Cotter.
Check him out. They were talking about another one. Jim had brought this up, said Yellis marble runs post marble races with commentary, and it's very fun. Yes, I've seen some of those. Those are good ones as well. All right.
I miss sports so much, and go by the Dodge dealer to boo the Rams. Oh, thanks. I made up for my earlier comment. Okay. Now I can sleep well tonight.
OMG, the marble runs.
There you go. Yeah. Good one. The entirety of the Marble Olympics. Ian says he watched the entirety of the Marble Olympics the other day. Wow. Yeah. COVID life, man.
Yep. Flipping the TV channels at work, and they were playing Spike Ball. They were replaying something from Spike Ball, which I'd never seen before.
The ball with the trampoline in the middle.
Yeah.
Kind of handball-like or volleyball-like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've introduced my father to Dude Perfect. That's always fun to watch. Really? No, they can't make those shots. Those are possible.
Introduce him to How Ridiculous?
No.
Oh yeah, watch How Ridiculous.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, what do you think? Wrap her up for tonight?
Well, I mean, when we're pulling out YouTube channels, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody who's watched live tonight, and thank you to those who are watching the replay or listening to us on a downloaded podcast. We really appreciate it. Every single one of you makes it worthwhile for us to do this every Thursday night. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't really be taking the internet down every Thursday night.
That's right. That's all you guys. Hey, get off of YouTube and get out and get caching in the Northwest.